Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fire Emblem Blazing Sword Hector Hard Mode Let's Play, and today we have Chapter 17X. So, joining me today we have Andrew MSFan44.
Hello everybody, this is Andrew.
We have Just Play Chad.
Hello, Yellow.
We have Kenito Minara. Sorry if I mispronounced that.
You actually got it closer than anyone else recently. Anyway, hello Blazing audience.
We have RNG Gumi.
Hello everybody.
And finally we have Zero Spectrum.
Hi there, you two.
Okay, so, because we need to get to the Dread Isles and stuff, we have to find a boat over, but, because the Dread Isles is, dangerous, no one's gonna take us, so we have to band with pirates, and Lynn is not too happy about that.
Wait a bloody second, this happened exactly in the Elliewood story as well. What the hell?
It goes through the same motions, but we just get one or two exclusive chapters, like Chapter 15 and, Chapter 25.
Alright, is everybody ready to get to the Arcanea Seaway?
Yeah.
No, we're not going to Fave's Labyrinth.
Oh.
Oh,
Come on. Oh,
This
I'm
video is
excited for
over.
that.
I miss
video-
getting
you want to rip your hair out?
That would be some shit, though, if they actually, somehow all the Fire Emblem worlds were interconnected, because currently, the only ones we know are connected are, Shadow Dragon, Echoes, Awakening, and, for some reason, Fates.
And 6 and 7.
Well, yeah, but I was saying, 6 and 7, yeah, but I'm talking about, separate games, that's still connected via universe.
Oh, right,
But
I see.
let's not forget the Jujul games because they're also connected.
True, but they're like
to,
sequels. Same with 6 and 7, they're like sequels. I'm talking about how Echoes isn't a sequel. Well, technically it is, but it's like its own story. It's not just following on from Fire Emblem 1.
Jesus Christ, if anybody tried to put together a timeline about Fire Emblem, it'd be even more complicated and harder to explain than Zelda.
I was thinking the exact same thing. Well, I personally always took it as certain Fire Emblem games are self-contained, like Sacred Stones is self-contained, 6 and 7 are self-contained, Tellius is self-contained. Unless they outright say which ones they're connected to, I always took them all as self-contained.
Ugh.
So what you're saying is that we're gonna have one game where it's gonna be open world.
And we can visit all of them. It's a
the
Fire
elements.
Emblem cinematic universe.
Who,
Nice.
who knows,
Fire
that
Emblem
could be what
Switch.
Fire Emblem Switch is starting.
Very true. I doubt it's going to be a continuation of anything else. I reckon it's going to be its own thing, and I doubt it's going to be a remake too.
It could be just a flat-out reboot, for all we know.
So what? They'll reboot Fire Emblem 1?
Exactly.
That'll be interesting. But I don't think they need to reboot Fire Emblem at this point. If anything, they just need to keep going. We're on a Fire Emblem high.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. I know people have, differing thoughts about Awakening, especially these days, but I will always hold it in my heart that I will have to thank Awakening. No matter what I think of the game, I must always thank it for it saved the franchise, the only strategy franchise that I've ever cared about, and now we have gotten, what was it, 3 new games in the last 2 years?
5 years.
4, actually.
Yeah, 4 of them. One was even a mobile game that's actually surprisingly
Yeah,
addictive.
that no
and did
one
the gacha
expected would be good, and it was.
Yeah, it was.
It's probably the
Who
best
thought a
one.
gacha
out of all
system
of them.
game would be good for some
If
reason?
only the,
Yeah,
if
I
only
think
the-
that's something to be said. Even my friend who got me into Fire Emblem, she's not a huge fan of Awakening, but she's grateful it exists because without it, Fire Emblem, we wouldn't get anything else. We wouldn't have Echoes, we wouldn't have Warriors, we wouldn't have Fates, we wouldn't have
The
Heroes.
Switch game?
Yeah. We wouldn't have anything.
When you ever get in the future.
Okay, I got something that kind of bits annoys me for this. For some reason, depending on your lord, Elliewood has this idea of going to the Colosseum while Hector doesn't. But in Hector's way, he says it, but not Elliewood. So which one is more canon?
I think it's more of a
Elliewood's
perspective
or
thing.
Hector?
Just, I reckon it varies. Just they changed it slightly. But also, one thing that's interesting is that Hector was willing to go back, get all his valuables, and just sell them, which shows that Hector's quite the selfless person, and he really is dedicated to Elliewood.
Hey, he's not.
Yes.
We say it the best.
We weren't beginning this chapter, but luck's getting later.
And besides, I know people like to, crap on Fates and stuff like that for bad story execution and stuff like that, but I think we can even say even the worst Fire Emblem story is still
Have
leagues
something.
better than leagues better than most video game stories.
I wouldn't
Well,
say
they're kind of
most. It depends on the game. Because remember, Fire Emblem and RPGs in general are more story driven. It's like
Well,
it's not really fair to compare it to say a Sonic game because those games are not meant to have good stories, and even then, some of them are just fucking terrible.
Well, no, I know. I get what you mean. But when it comes to like, would you deny that some RPGs have absolutely terrible stories?
Yeah, Final Fantasy 13 does.
Yes.
Yeah,
In fact, there's like multiple
it's a terrible
discs as
story.
well.
However, I would say that it is a bit shit stomped on for wrong reasons, but I get why people don't like it. But anyway, I still say that even the worst Fire Emblem game can still like stand rather tall on its own merits. It does have certain high points that are very good.
Oh, undoubtedly. My thing was, I think people overreact to Fates and Awakening being as bad as they are. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're definitely the weakest stories, but I also
Absolutely.
think people, with the exception of Fire Emblem 4 and Tellius, and Sacred Stones, people overblow how good Fire Emblem stories were, because 6, Echoes, and the original, they're pretty standard in my opinion.
Is FE4 genealogy?
Yes.
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 Right.
Time for a
That's-
devil axe.
Can I point something? What
Oh,
was
Devil
Dart
Axe.
looking at when he was looking?
Oh, Dart
That
never
was
looks
looking at
directly at us, he
something.
always looks away, he's got shifty eyes.
Well, I mean, he's a pirate. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Make sure you don't stab yourself with it.
Oh, I remember in the because I was looking through the footage of the Elwood part. One of the warriors tried to hit Fiora with it, and because I think he had lower luck, he hurt himself.
Oh, Sword Slayers. The bane of
Amazing.
armor.
Okay, so also for this map, strategy is very much the same this time around. Only difference is Guy goes up instead of Raven. We actually use Canas to fight, and instead of Oswin and Sane, we have Marcus and Urk.
Canis is useful, and there was much rejoicing.
Yeah, Canas is iffy, if you ask me, when it comes to how useful he can be, because he's the only dark
Yeah.
mage, which is good. Because I know Athos can use dark tomes, but he's not a dark mage. Canas is the only dark mage, so he has a certain, like, usability. The thing with Canas is you really, really want to pray that he gets good speed level ups, because his tomes really weigh him down.
That's the same thing with me in certain units, because what's a good example? Right, with Path of Radiance and Ileana. If you get the right level ups on Ileana, she's an absolute monster. Get the wrong level ups, she's useless.
Yeah. Yeah, but with certain Fire Emblem units, their early level ups can really, like, make or break them. Lyn especially. If you don't get good level ups with Lyn, once you get her back, she'll be useless. Erica really needs that boost at the start. Some units really do need a bit of help when they're coming out of the gate.
One of the more recent examples of that is Sully, actually, from FE Awakening. If she gets speed screwed, then she's basically useless.
Yeah, well, if any unit
That
gets
happened to
screwed
me.
in certain stat, they can be useless. But Sully, I can see that because she's overall more balanced, and speed is probably the most important. Well, to me, it's one of the most important stats in Fire Emblem for offense and defense.
Absolutely.
Well, tell that to my Sully. She became the stall of my army.
Okay, I actually got some
And
interesting
he's
trivia for this chapter a bit.
Okay.
Depending on who you selected for your character, if you picked Elliewood, whoever the Black Fang member is again, what's his name?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
It's he on him. It's like he just stays there until you run into the pirates for Elliewood.
Hmm.
But for Hector, he automatically runs towards your direction.
He really doesn't
Are you
like
talking about
Hector.
Lloyd?
Oh god, so many pirates. Look at all the pirates.
Yeah, but then Lyn and Guy are just like, oh, thank God we have swords. And Canas is like, oh yay, low res.
Hang on, didn't someone have a story about a bad time with Lloyd in Hector mode?
Was that one of us, or was that one of the guys in the other chat?
It might have
I
been one of
think
the guys
it
in
was
the
the
other
other
chat. They were talking about, like, because Hector using a sword slayer and there, but then they got credited twice by Lloyd using the whatever
Light
the light
brands,
rune
yeah.
and
Lloyd
dying.
is like always. Lloyd is pretty damn difficult because that throne.
Critical die.
Yeah. throne gives him the stuff, and the light brand he can hit from 2 thingamajigs. So Lloyd can be quite difficult if you face him point blank. I think the easiest way is to try and use a mage to fight him with high res.
It's weird seeing experience not giving you more experience.
That's what makes Hector hard mode so hard, and why you've got to rely on the bases more than the growth rates, because you get experience unless the enemy is much stronger than you. You get experience in such small intervals that leveling up isn't such a big thing. So try to rely on units with better bases.
God damn it! Not again. I'm switching over to my mobile phone this time.
Yeah, well, it was bound
do we
to
need to
happen.
pause again?
So now we have Paladin versus Paladin.
Paladin sucks.
I got this.
You got double, Damien.
Yeah, so I think, wait, does Thingy kill him or does, what's his name? Does Art kill him? I can't remember. All I know is Len's killing this dude.
And that she likes Fire Emblem 27 whenever it comes out.
Give it time. If we make it to Fire Emblem 27, I'll be proud, because we're at Fire Emblem 16 at the moment. We need 11 more games.
Speaking of,
Right, I think we should have a counter of how many technical hiccups we have, because I want to see how many we can get. Yeah, can we make it to 5? We're at 2 at the moment.
somebody needs to. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the comments with too much time on their hands needs to make a picture like that.
So wait, is it gonna be like the curling own count from Team 4-Star?
Yeah, just not nearly as big. I don't think anything will ever get that big.
It's currently on 36.
Oh, for God's sake. I don't think we're going to have that many technical hiccups.
Hey, Blaze.
Over the whole series. Over the whole...
Also, Hector is kind of angry. He's throwing that hand axe.
Oh yeah, Marcus finishes him off. Art did a lot of damage, but Marcus be the one to finish him.
Yeah,
Takes all
Marcus is the man.
Why wasn't he using his steel lance? I thought he usually has a killing edge.
Weapon advantage probably.
Yeah, that's the most likely cause.
But also,
Fair.
no, actually funny, some of the bosses got different weapons on Hector hard mode, and some of them were worse, because Eric, in normal mode, he has a steel sword and a silver lance. Hard mode, he only has a horse slayer.
Do you think this is? Do you think this is kind of like a reverse Devil May Cry 3 situation, Blazing? Because I don't know if you remember, but when Devil May Cry 3 first came
You're
out.
talking about how the normal difficulty was the hard difficulty, you had to get the special edition for the normal difficulty.
Well, the normal difficulty for England was the Japanese normal mode, and then Dante Must Die was bloody impossible until the special edition came out.
Yeah, well, no, this isn't the same case. This is just a case of hard mode is harder in some areas, but also others they make some really dumb choices.
Well, that's just what I'm thinking. Is this the game showing?
25%.
Don't worry, Marcus
on,
got really fucking angry after that.
Basically emulating Seth right now.
Fuck you and your single RNG.
Guys,
Yeah.
now it's my turn. My video froze.
Oh,
Double
God dang it.
Oh, not again.
Sorry.
So we reached technical hip hop number 3.
Hello and welcome to the most edited Blazing Let's Play video ever made.
Oh no, there's more. I remember with Olivia, I remember the time we had a power cut halfway through recording chapter 13.
Oh, God.
Oh my
But
god.
ironically, Audacity, even though it closed down, it auto-saved the very second it was a power cut, so we still kept the files.
Oh,
Guys,
lucky.
Thank God for that.
That is blazing luck right there.
that is blazing luck.
What the hell?
But it was
40%.
funny.
Gee, thanks.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Don't act surprised because the RNG in this playthrough is Binding Blade levels of whack.
It is
Yes.
very much so.
Oh wow.
Not
Which is
fight
weird
level
because,
whack.
again, Blazing Sword to this day never give me shit. Not even normal mode gave me shit, but Hector hard mode gives me so much shit.
Well, here's the thing. Back when this first came out, especially for me and my friends, well, the ones who would actually play this game and actually heard about it, if you actually beat this game, this was a mark of pride if you beat it on Hector hard mode. It was a medal of glory, essentially.
Well, yeah, that's like that for any phone game, unless you try playing like Maniac Path of Radiance, in which case you just hate yourself.
Or if you play New Mystery of the Emblem on the difficulty where the enemy always attacks first.
Yeah, that again, you just hate yourself. So why would you do that?
God.
Or Awakening Lunatic Plus.
Yeah, again, I'm all cool with a harder Fire Emblem game, provided it isn't bullshit, and some of them just get fucking ridiculous.
Well, New Mystery of the Emblems, every enemy attacks first, is the premiere of bullshit. But
But I do not see myself playing that anytime soon, so don't be begging for a Let's Play. I ain't that patient.
oh great!
Awakening Lunatic Plus is even more bullshit.
Because I swear they have like Lunar and Vantage straight away.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I would say something.
Hawkeye
Like,
encounter.
I don't have a problem with the Luna and Vantage Plus. I mean, what I hate the most thing in Fire Emblem Awakening Lunatic Plus is the Armor Knights having Vantage Plus. I hate that.
Like literally, you can never attack first unless you have a ranged weapon, and they don't.
Yes, and at some point I tried, let me use Muriel. I will kill this guy. He can't attack me. Oh, he has javelin.
Oh yeah. Oh, fuck. Of course he has a javelin. God forbid he has an iron lance.
Yes.
And then there's the time where you think, okay, my units are they can't attack. Oh wait, that launcher has a longbow.
Don't worry, Marcus will be fine. Marcus is a champ, he ain't gonna die.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
He's there like his horse is barely even alive.
Oh, come on, Len.
Don't worry, she made up for it. It's like, I missed the first time. I don't fucking think so.
Blazing Knight,
crit to the face.
What the hell is happening, Blazing Knight?
Pardon?
What's happening? Like, you getting critted everywhere and missing. What the hell is this?
That's the RNG being whacked. That's all there is to say. Oh no, you missed the last part where Kent got hit by a critical short bow and he was down to like 3 HP. It was ridiculous.
Oh god.
Okay.
How much hit was that?
Okay, Blazing Eye, I got actually a good question for you.
Uh-huh.
You said you like the majority of Revelations maps. What do you think of Chapter 25 of Revelations?
Which one was that again?
The elevator
That was
one.
the one with-
Sumeragi.
Oh yeah,
Sumeragi.
that one, I don't know. The idea was interesting, but it's just really boxed in and kind of forgettable if you ask me. And even then, over time, I have become aware that a lot of Revelations maps aren't actually that great. It was just that at the time, because I'd just come off Birthright and that game bored the shit out of me, the fact that Revelations maps were so different, I think I got a bit carried away.
You can also make that map unwinnable in certain situations.
Didn't someone say they got stuck because of a Master Ninja or something?
That was when Big Clingy recorded his version of it, his blind run of it, and the Master Ninja got stuck because the elevator wouldn't move.
Yeah, that is a sign of poor design if you get locked out of something.
But nothing will get worse than Chapter 28 of Conquest and Chapter 14 of Binding Blade.
Chapter 25 of course we should say hello.
Frasier takes the cake for like worst maps, but yeah, Conquest Endgame. Ugh.
What about Conquest Chapter 25? Because that is just a nightmare on hard difficulty.
It is, but only because, well, it's the enemy placement, but ironically, the easiest way to get through Chapter 25 is to be really fucking aggressive. Don't let the enemies dogpile you because that's how you get killed.
This is why no one likes Azama, because his stupid fucking hexing rod and his placement of where he was.
And plus having counter miracle on harder above.
Okay, let Azama have that. Also, imagine if it was like Echoes, it scales on magic.
It's like, it was like Echoes, that'd be ridiculous. Or how they had like I don't know, the range that Nui Baba had.
Yeah, I had to cheese that chapter.
Oh god.
I had to cheese that chapter.
You gotta cheese I remember discussing this. It like when you have to resort to cheesing as the only legit way to win, that's a sign of a bad level.
That is a sign of a bad level.
Hey, Blaze.
Yeah.
Have you tried your hand at the arena on this map?
Oh yes, I do. Here's the thing, for Hector hard mode, I actually do quite a bit of arena grinding because getting levels takes so fucking long, so I'm like, fuck it. Plus, gold is really annoying to get in Hector hard mode, so I was like, I need both. Let's do this.
But the thing about the arena in this map though is that there is like, you have a low chance of encountering a Myrmidon with a silver sword. If you see him, you have to mash that D button like there's no tomorrow.
Unless
Yeah,
maybe
you cannot
unless what say maybe Oswin got RNG blessed and he had ridiculously high defense, so he did 1 damage per hit.
That would
Did
work.
that happen? Did that happen?
Isn't, don't armor knight aren't armor knights and generals have the tendency of dying the most in arenas though?
I think it's because of the speed. Yes. Not always, but they do have a good chance. Anyway, Lynn's up first against Soldier.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I also, for some reason, the enemies in arena modes, I noticed they have a lot of HP.
Oh no, this can't go well. Yeah. Oh, you cancelled, right?
Oh my god. Wow, that dodge.
Lady Lynn,
That dodge.
I've got it. I
They
actually got a
should
good
have this. I'm like, that would be a game over right there.
Yeah, in most cases, but Lynn's just like, fuck it. Let's
Fuck it,
go.
I'm ready.
Doing it again. Oh, see, this is... Oh, it's Urk going off. I thought it was Lynn again.
Speaking,
Your Urk's speed is okay. He can do it.
Yeah, my Urk, his speed and magic are always at the same level, which is kind of funny. Though his hit rate is pretty low, but he makes it.
speaking of
I gotta-
Lynn,
That was
I have
risky.
a question.
Yep.
Back when FE Warriors was just about to come out, and the Lynn announcement dropped. I don't know if you were still playing FE6 at the time, but you said that it was essentially like
Oh my god.
Fuck you! Get wrecked! But,
My boy Canas.
Lynn?
Canas is just doing that flick thing that Luke Skywalker does in The Last Jedi.
Yeah, it's like...
Get on my level, scrub.
You don't know the
But sorry,
power
you were saying
of the
about...
Dark
You were saying
Tomes.
about Lynn?
Yeah, when that announcement dropped for FE Warriors, you said, I believe you were talking to someone who said that this wasn't appease the fandom sort of thing. I just want to counter by saying that it would just be way too sudden and way too out of place for it just to be out of the blue. We're going to try and appease the fans with this and stuff like that. So
Fair enough, but I think everyone took it as like because of the backlash Lynn got announced, because I think if the backlash wasn't as bad, Lynn would have been kept a secret until like the game was released, but I think because the backlash was bad, they showed her off in their trailer.
Yeah.
well, considering
Perhaps.
that Lynn is considering how Lynn placed in like various polls and stuff for favorite Fire Emblem lords, I'm just thinking that maybe they were just holding that trump card until really late in the game, rather than just we're going to try to appease the fans and such.
I think though, I get that, but I also think people think that because they did say that primarily Awakening Fate Shadow Dragon. If they didn't say that, then I reckon it would have been more like Lynn being revealed would be more natural. That's why Lynn was such a surprise, because they say, "Oh yeah, it's going to be thus 3 games." Everyone gets angry. It's like, "Oh no, we actually got Lynn." It's like, "Oh okay."
Okay, Hector.
Well,
Hector, I get what you're saying. It was hard, but this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning.
Yeah, you
You
think
have
this is
no
hard?
idea.
No, you think this is hard? Wait till we get to chapter 23X, because fuck, I hate that level in Hector hard mode.
Oh, sweet
Chapter-
Miller, bless these
I would
lads.
say
Oh,
Cards
God.
of Destiny, but okay.
No, Genesis. Fuck Genesis.
Oh, sweet
Hector,
Miller,
what about
they
Bell
know
before-
the horrible
Screw
pain
Bell
they
before
are about
Dawn,
to
though.
experience.
Speaking of which, I got one more question before we end this part.
Okay.
Anyway, if we ever get a FE6 remake, what do you think if they introduce Farkus's crew again with that?
That would be cool. Like, I don't know how old Fargus would be, but it'd be kind of cool for, like, the Western Isles part of the game, I think.
Like,
What about
with geese or something?
Yeah.
That would
And
actually give them a reason to go to how they got there in the first place. Actually,
Yeah, it's like Roy, how did we get here?
Oh, and
We
if you
use the
make
we use-
FE6 intelligent systems on the off chance that you're watching this video, make Roy able to upgrade into his Great Lord form before the 3rd chapter from the ending of the game, so he's not a dead weight. for
I
most of
still
it.
think his promotion should be chapter 16, because that's when he leads the army and he takes down the first major villain, Narcian.
Yes.
I agree.
oh,
Be
if you
like
thought
Ike,
that was,
don't be like Roy.
if you thought that was bad, you should see Leaf. You should see Leaf.
God.
But
Oh,
anyway,
don't even get started.
so that's the end of that part. Thank you all very much for joining me. I really enjoyed this session.
Happy to be
So-
here.
Happy
So did I.
good to be here.
too.
Okay, so
Thank
next
you.
time we meet, we're heading to the Dread Isles. We're going to have a book map, and holy fuck, did this one get difficult. But
May
until
Miller
then,
bless us all.
yeah,
Oh,
but,
boat maps.
You are a pirate.
but until then, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Ta-ra.
Bye.